Welcome to Fabulous You Fridays. I'm Patty Stevens, your ageless lifestyle coach, helping you to create a lifestyle so you can live agelessly. And today we're going to talk about boneless bone broth. I know it doesn't sound quite right, but hey, just because you don't eat meat doesn't mean you don't want the benefits from this wonderful broth. So before we begin, grab your favorite beverage. And mine today is, what do you think? Boneless bone broth. And with this broth, you can eat it as a soup, or you can just drink it. So a few years ago, when I started hearing about about bone broth, rather, I was like, wow, look up the recipe, and it's vegetable soup. The same soup we've been eating and making all our lives, but there is one ingredient that helps to release all the minerals from the bones, and that's apple cider vinegar. So if you are making this with bones, you need to add some apple cider vinegar to the recipe, or soak the bones in some apple cider vinegar for about an hour before to help release all those minerals. So let's talk just about the broth in itself. So bone broth, be it bone or boneless, helps to strengthen your immune system, helps you to maintain strong bones, it reduces inflammation, it helps with the health of your thyroid, your kidneys, your liver, it's anti-aging, and it helps the body to produce collagen. And as we progress in our years, our body starts losing collagen. That's why we get the saggy skin, the lines, the wrinkles. So you want to try to add as much back as you can. And this is a totally natural way to add it back. So what are the ingredients? Well, the ingredients are anything you have in your fridge, pretty much. So a lot of times what I do when I'm cutting up vegetables, I'll take the ends and put them in a bag and freeze them. And then when I get a bag full, I make my broth. But today I had carrot, and you can cut it up, put it in whole. You can also saute the vegetables a little bit before you make your broth, and it releases the flavors. But if you don't have time, you can just throw them all in, and you can do it in a crock pot as well. Celery. And when you use celery, you want to make sure to use the leaves too, because there's a lot of nourishment in the celery. I have some Swiss chard from our garden, which goes in about the last 15 minutes of cooking. Anytime you add a greens, your spinach, kale, collards, Swiss chard to your broth, you want to add it at the end, and then the vegetables, because that cooks so fast. And like I say, it's from our garden. It's surviving in this heat here. Okay, onion, tomato, but you probably want to cut it off. I always add a little bit of ginger, maybe about a thumb's length of ginger. And I can't cook without it, with garlic, but it has so many health benefits. You need that in your soup for sure. I will also add a little bit of cayenne pepper, because I like to kind of spice things up, and just a touch of Himalayan salt and freshly ground black pepper. And then another ingredient that I will put in is eggshells. They have a lot of calcium. And again, you crunch them up, put them in. Now you can also put them in a cheesecloth so you don't get all the shells in there if you're going to be eating the vegetables. Either way. Or you can just wash the vegetables off after. So the ingredient that goes in to replace the bones is seaweed. The stuff that's wrapped around your sushi, that green stuff. So seaweed provides you with all your essential minerals. It has magnesium, it has calcium, potassium, selenium, iron, iodine, zinc. It also has fiber, It's an antioxidant. It has amino acids, vitamins B, A, C, E, K. It's just a powerhouse. So there are different types of seaweed. Usually the nori is what is wrapped around your sushi. Now you can use that, but the dulse and the wakim are two of the best. Wakim is even more collagen producing than the others. So when you get it, you want to make sure that you get organic and it's from an area that is as pure of water as we're going to find. So rinse it off a little, and then you just add it right to your soup. And you don't need a big piece. It expands too. And then after you have all that ready, you're going to add your water. And I like to use filtered water, spring water, not tap water. And in a pot this size, I add about 7 cups of water. So you know what your pot can hold, and just add the water accordingly. And now with regular bone broth, that has to cook for about 10 hours at least, if not a lot longer, to reap all those benefits from the bones. However, this only has to cook about 45-50 minutes, and you're done. If you're doing it in a crock pot, it's a couple hours. So after you've added your water, you cover your pan, bring it to a boil, and then let it rolling boil for about 45 minutes. Then you can add your greens, whatever greens you're putting in, put your greens in. And then if you want to add even more nutrients to it, you can add light organic miso. And miso is your fermented soy. Fermented organic soy is good for you. The other soy is not so good. But you can add that. Now, when you add miso, you want to make sure your water is not boiling. You never want your miso to boil. So after this is cooled, or stopped boiling rather, stir in maybe about a 1/4 cup of miso. And then after it cools, drain your broth and store it. And this size pot usually is enough broth for about 5 days. I'll drink 1 to 2 cups a day. If you make a bigger pot, you can freeze it and then take it out as you need it. When you're through with the vegetables, they're still good to eat. They might be soft, and like say if you had eggshells in there, you might have to rinse them off or have put them in cheesecloth so that the shells don't get all around. But you can chop up those vegetables and just eat them. We give them to our dogs, not the onion, but we'll add the vegetables to the dog's food, and they want the benefit. We even give them the boneless bone broth too. So there you have an easy way to stay healthy. I do have a blog on this on my website and the recipe. It's at livedbalancednaturally.com. Connect with me on Facebook, and I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. So until next time, remember to live your life and forget about your age. Peace.